Hello guys, my name is Arvind Gupta Mathur and I am currently a high school senior at the American School of Law. Today I'm going to show you how you can implement the game of blackjack in Python using the Pygame library. So this project was done by me over the summer of 2023 under the Summer College Preview program at Carnegie Mellon University. So what I essentially did is create the game of blackjack in Python. So here, as you can see, there's basically three options to play the game. So you can click on deal and this starts the game. So now we have two hands. First is the dealer's hand. The dealer is the person we are playing against, and then it's our own hand. So the dealer has a king, which has a face value of 10, and the other card's value we don't know. And we have a 5 and an 8, which adds up to 30. So essentially, in the game of blackjack, the rule is to be close to 21, but do not exceed the value of 21. And if you are at 21, you have already won. So here, I know that the dealer already has a 10 and my value is only of 13. That means I should draw another card to be closer to the value of 21. So for that, I can press the button hit, which essentially means drawing another card in my hand. But the card I drew had a much higher value than I anticipated, and I busted there. So we can play again for another scenario. So here the dealer has a face card again. So he has a king, and the other card is unknown as usual. And I have a value of 14. Let's hope this time I don't burst. So if I hit, so now I have a pretty good value of 19. So I think I should win. So I can click on stand here. Stand essentially means I can't draw any more cards or anything. It just takes the value of the dealer's hands and compares it to my hand and then determines who wins. The dealer won again. The dealer is pretty lucky today, I guess. Anyway, so let's dive into the code. So the code basically consists of four Python files and another folder for the images of each card, which is used for the GUI. So first one is the constant file. So in constants, it is every constant that is used for Pygame and for emulating the deck, essentially. So here you can see like the display dimensions are set here. The color constants using RGB values are set right here for each color. Then the font sizes and the font styles are set over here. And then there are the suits and the ranks of the cards, which are stored here. For example, club, spades, hearts, and diamonds, and then the ranks of each card. And then these are just for the GUI to have the card size and the card centers ready so you can position the cards properly in the GUI. So now the second Python file, which is the most important, I would say, is the deck file, because this file is used to emulate the whole deck. So I used a random import here. So it is used to generate random numbers. And I have imported my constants file here so I can have access to these two lists. So if we go in the deck class, and there are basically, sorry, the deck file, there are two classes. One is deck and the other one is hand. So let's start off with the deck class. There's a method to initialize the deck. So basically the deck is a list of cards. So initialize this initializes an empty list to hold the cards in the deck, and self.build refers to this method, which basically builds the deck. And to build a deck, you take each value in ranks, and then for each value in rank, then you go on every suit in suit self.card.append value.suit. So this is basically appending in the list which was declared here, and this is creating a card which is done using the constants stored here. So for every value in rank, that means for every element in here, it's creating a card of clubs, spades, hearts, and diamonds. For example, the first one is a ace, so the code goes through it and creates a ace of clubs, diamond, hearts, and the final one to create all the cards. Then there's the shuffle method. This is basically to shuffle the deck. And then there's a deal method. So this basically removes the top card of the deck, because if someone draws a card from the deck, the card is removed. So this method is just used to maintain the whole deck. So essentially, the whole class deck is to emulate a real life deck. And then we can move over to the class hand, which takes deck as an input. So now this class hand is basically used to store the dealer's hand and the player's hand, and then later calculates its value. So it creates two arrays. First, to hold the cards in the hand, and the second one to set the card images, to take the images from here. These are all the images used in the GUI. So these are all the cards which are stored in the separate folder here, which is accessed by access later here. And then it sets its value to 0, because hand value from at the very start we are assuming that it's 0. And then you can add cards, basically the concept of hitting. You can calculate the value of hand, and so in the game, as you saw, like this is 9 and 3, we can add it up to 12, but to add in here we have to develop a whole algorithm. So this basically goes through if there are aces in the cards or there are no aces in the hand, and it separates them. Then it calculates the value of the hand excluding the aces. So basically, once the aces are removed, it checks for if any cards are face value cards, for example, the Joker, Queen, or the King. And since they are worth 10 points, it adds 10 points to the value. And that's how it does it. Then, if there is an ace and the value is less than 10, it adds 11. And if there's a ace as point 0.1, because if the value is too much and you draw an ace, it is only considered as 1 point. So this is the special case for the ace, and this adds up all the value of the cards. And then this final method is used to display the cards themselves in the GUI. So for each card in self.cards, which is basically for every card in the list, card is goes to join card this, and this just adds the image of the card from this folder. And then we can go on the calc hand. This is basically to this is a support class to the main class to make the functions a bit more easier to call, and this just setups the initial uh, setup for the game, I guess. That's how you would say it. So this just imports the deck. It creates a new deck for the setup. It shuffles up the deck. It creates a hand for the player, hand for the dealer, and deals two cards to each of the players. So this loop is responsible for dealing these two cards to the dealer and these two cards to me. And then it has a add card method to just add a card to the player, and then it prints all the cards, and then the it calculates the value of each hand so it can be compared. Now we can go over to the main Python file. This file is basically keeping all the has all the parts imported in it, and this is essentially used to calculate all the values and everything and implement the main logic of the game. So it initializes the Pygame library, and you will also need some system and time imports just for maintaining like the frame rate and minor things. So here sets up the clock for controlling the frame rate. This is used during through the time library. So essentially, you want to control the frame rate because you don't need too much CPU power to display too many frames. It's a simple game. So it displays what you want it to display. It creates a whole uh, display using display width and display height from the constants file, and then it sets the window title right here. You can see blackjack, and it goes on to fill in the background color. Basically, sets up the whole background and everything. Then it creates some text objects. So all the text objects are created through here. So all the text objects you can see are created here. Then there's a end text object which is basically made for if I stand here and the dealer one. So there's a display that comes up right here. Play again, press D. So that comes from here. Then this sets up all the game text. Then this sets up what color to use when you win or lose. So basically, when it's displaying a "you win" message, it's using a green color for the text, and when it's displaying "you busted" message, so it displays red color for the text, and if it's a tie, it displays a gray color. So all that is managed through this function. Then this is just to set up the text and everything, and then this is to set up the buttons. So you need the position of the mouse, you need to whether the buttons are actually getting clicked. And the neat feature I could implement in this was if your cursor is hovering over it, it darkens the button to indicate that the cursor is on there, and that's a button essentially. So for that, you need the position and if the mouse is clicked till now or not. Now we have this class play. This is the main file to main class, which basically runs everything together. So when you start it, it initializes a deck, dealer, self.player, and self.shuffle. Then it goes through blackjack. This is the main game. So it sets up, it finds the value of the hands, and it finds the value of both the dealer and the player's hands. Then it proceeds to check the values. If self.player.value is equals to 21 and self.dealer.value is equal to 21, essentially if the dealer and the player have the same card value and it is 21, then both of them win, which is a very rare scenario. And else, if the value of the player is 21, then just the player wins. And then if the value of the dealer is 21, then the dealer wins. Then after that, it just sets the value to 0 for the next game, so it's not repeated again and again. Then there's a deal method. This basically deals a card to both of them and then loads the images and then shows the cards. For dealer, you have to make sure only. Oh, I got blackjack. I got lucky here. Oh, now the dealer got blackjack. So for the dealer, basically, you have to make sure the second card doesn't show, like right here. So that's loading the images here. So for the second one, it's using the back image, and for the player, it's just using the normal images, and then it text setup for dealer's hand is, your hand is, so it goes on. Then this is the function for hitting. Basically, what happens when you click the button hit. So it takes the adds the card to self deal dot deal. So basically, it adds the card to the player's hand, and then it runs the blackjack function again, the definition blackjack again, check if now the player has won or is he still losing, basically. So if there are two cards, there's a different scenario for calc hand. If there are three cards, there's a different scenario. And if the player value is more than 21, it just says that you busted. And then it again sets the player value to 0. And then there's the stand function. This basically just checks if the player value is more or the dealer value is more. So based on that, it tells if the player won, if the dealer won, or if it's a tie, if they have the both value, they both have the same value and it's below 21. Then there's the exit button. This is pretty simple. It just basically exits the game right here. And there's a text at the end. You could see here just to ask them again if you want to play again or exit. So play again, press D. It just says that. And then this is the final function. This basically calls everything. So this calls the play, and there's a variable running. So while running is true, the game keeps on going. And if the event of quitting occurs, then running is false and the game exits.